Hello guys and gals, it is F1 Backwards here and welcome to my 100% achievement / trophy guide for Black Mirror, a game developed by King Arc Games and published by THQ Nordic and is available for £31.99, or of course you could just wait for a cheaper sale. Now, as for the achievements and trophies, all are story related apart from 3 missable ones, but again they are all easily attainable and I will mention them as they appear. Now, it's not actually a bad game if you like the sort of Telltale game / Sherlock Holmes style interacting with the environment and some decent sort of puzzles and riddles. It's the same sort of thing. But, and of course there is a but, there are a few little drawbacks. So for instance, every door you enter, there's a good 30 or so seconds loading screen, which can get annoying if you jump from one room to another really quickly. And the handling mechanic for the character is what can only be described as trying to control a drunk character. It's quite clunky and difficult at certain points, but still a decent game nonetheless. Now, just a quick few more things. I won't actually be talking through the entire video, just at certain points. For the purpose of time, I skip most of the dialogue with the A button, as the dialogue choices for the game don't really matter, so you can just keep blasting through A, nothing will affect the gameplay whatsoever. And I cut out the long loading times, so be aware yours of course will just be a little bit longer. But following this video will get you 1000 out of 1000 or the Platinum Trophy in around 3 to 4 hours. And with that being said, let's do this. Okay, so walk forward from here and you will already sort of get the sort of clunkiness and the weird way that the character handles. Sorry, I love the way he runs. I know he's shit scared and everything, but the way he runs is quite funny. But yeah, you'll already be noticing how weird the character handles. But like I said, it's not too bad once you get used to it though. So just keep walking forward or running forward or pooping yourself forward, whatever he's doing.
You cannot hide! Not the boy! I failed you, son. Forgive me. Forgive me. I will let you down no longer. Forgive me. Forgive me. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Now, for the majority of the game, you'll just be sort of touching things with the A or the X button, mainly the A button though. Apart from some of the puzzles, of course, which we will find out later on. But again, the majority is just pressing the A or the X button.
Coward! You would... Le cloich gion mi mehucha. Gaboje am prish gabe mi rish. You're too late! You will not get him!
Wow, what a scene. What acting. He's just burnt to death and he still looks better than I do. Love them graphics. Now this is just one of the many loading screens that you will get throughout the game, which again they will take around 30 to 40 seconds. Of course I've just cut out the sort of middleman and cracked on straight with it. And now this is your main character who you play. Scottish English Dye, I'd like to call him, because he is Scottish with a hell of an English accent, but who's been living in India. Scottish-ish, I'll try that one again. Scottish English Indian Dye. It's a hell of a mouthful.
Even hysterical. Your father made it his life's work to research his family's twisted history. This and his obsession with the occult combined to unravel his poor mind. John loved his family and his family home, but he hated and mistrusted them in equal measure. Son, beware of the Gordons. Blood is not always thicker than water. Your loving mother.
About a library, a key, and some sort of broken toy. Should I even try to read any real meaning into all of this?
We have arrived.
Welcome, Mr. Gordon. I'm Andrew Harrison.
Mr. Harrison, it's good to finally meet you. From our correspondence, I expected you to be older.
Thank you. I'll lead the way. It's quite dark already. We can continue to talk inside.
Okay then, so as I've said, the dialogue options don't really matter, and what you can just do is keep clicking the A button or the X button on the PlayStation 4 and you can just sort of smash through the dialogue quite quickly, which I will be doing in the video, but again you won't be missing anything too important, so that's the only reason I'm doing it really. And he goes through the dialogue options anyway, so you won't actually be missing anything.
An impressive building. If I...
I trust you had a pleasant...
It was...
I can... What a curious object.
isn't it?
Have a good night, Master David.
So there are quite a few cutscenes and dialogue throughout the entire game, but of course we'll come to that later. So for now, just follow the butler up the stairs. You won't be able to push your way past him, unfortunately, but he is quite slow. And right at the top of the stairs here, you will see Edward, which is David's grandfather, and he will be quite a prominent figure throughout the entire game.
Your grandfather, his lordship...
Again, you'll see me doing this a lot. If somebody's talking, again, you could just press the A button to quickly skip through the dialogue. That'll save, again, a little bit of time. And again, you won't miss anything too important. Unless, of course, you want to see what happens in the story. That is completely up to you.
It does that sometimes, sir. Lady Gordon expects you for breakfast at 8, sir.
Thank you. Lady Gordon called you...
Yes, sir. She did. I'd advise...
And right about here, you will unlock a story-related achievement.
Glad I don't have to carry you around anymore. Mr. McKinnon lifted you up with ease. Not many matches left. The candle is nearly gone. The candle is nearly... Ah, just what I need.
So now you really get to see and have a feel for how the character handles, which is quite frustrating on times. And another annoying thing to keep in mind is, if you're trying to stand still and interact with an object, David will randomly move only slightly to the left or the right, but it is enough to make you move away from the objective or the interaction button, so again, just keep that in mind.
Probably around here somewhere. Hold on. This looks like... Wait a moment. This is a piece of a model.
No, this isn't right. There should be a room here.
Did you say something? Is this what Father meant? I didn't see you.
I'm the one who keeps...
Pleased to meet you.
Aye.
Why are you...
There's enough light.
Oh, you're right.
Us.
How long... Did you...
Not...
What do you mean? Oh.
Being a Gordon can be a curse, laddie.
Blood. Not... Better safe than sorry. This might come in handy.
If you don't mind, I have a system and don't want to mix things up.
Of course. Hiding something. That...
Dawn?
Fascinating.
Yes. Oh.
Did you know my...
I...
Why...
Not...
have you had a chance...
I have... However... Well...
I'll get myself some...
Okay, so the first missable achievement of the game out of 3 is coming up. Now, instead of using X to use the knife to open up the cabinet, use Y, which is the wire, and it will open it up without leaving a scratch and unlocking you an achievement. Now, of course, you're supposed to do quite a bit of work to find out what the actual code is here, but instead I'll just tell you it's 3618.
Let's see what father didn't even want his own family.
And on the inside you'll find a master key which will come in use for quite a lot of things you will see later on.
Here we go. This side is done as far as I can tell. But there must be more. What an intricate piece of furniture. That sounded like some part of the desk moved. Yes, that's too open. Ah, we're getting somewhere. A key and a note from Father. Someone is tampering with my work. I know it. I know it. I hear them as they whisper and snicker. They sneak in when I sleep. This place isn't safe. I have locked my work away in the study. I am leaving now. I will put an end to this terrible torment one way or another. David, if you find this, then I am dead. The forces abroad here have got to me. I am sorry you have been drawn into this tragedy. The answers you seek are amongst the papers in the Master's study. Use them. Stay safe. I love you, son. My God, what happened here? What did they do to my father?
Is this the key Father spoke of?
I've never seen a key like this before. It feels like Father wanted me to keep it a secret. Oh! Hi there. You startled me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to.
Hey, wait! Where did he go?
Right, so obviously you'll be using the master key quite a few times, but there are different locks for it. So what you'll see me doing here, if you press right or left on the D-pad, move over to inventory, go into the master key, and as you see, press A to rotate the sort of lock, picking, whatever it is on a key. Just do the top one once to the right, and you will be able to enter the bedroom.
Someone's been searching here. This looks interesting. Screwed down tight.
This castle certainly has its secrets. It looks very precise, accurate. A lot of work went into this. A note about a library, a key, and some sort of broken toy. Should I even try to read any real meaning into all of this? There's a bit missing. Hold on. There.
Stop your whining! Stop your whining!
Wait! The boy! Did you see him? Where did he go?
What did I tell you about disturbing me in my study? Are you all right, sir?
What happened, Dave? What happened, David?
The boy. There was blood, and he pushed him down.
Who? Who do you think you saw?
Him.
What did you just say, sir?
It's all right.
You're like your father. You can see them too, can't you?
I've been babbling.
Right, so now there is a potentially missable achievement coming up, and you'll get what I mean by potentially now. So there's a minigame where David has a migraine, and your aim is to get the cursor inside the circle and hold it there while it moves around. Now there are 5 or 6 times this happens throughout the game, and you only need to complete 3 of them. Now I say potentially again because people have said that they have actually failed some of them, but I was there for ages and didn't fail once. But of course, just to be on the safe side, get it done as soon as possible, and you will get this in the 3rd chapter.
Were these apparitions what drove my father from the castle when he was young? Nobody else saw. I don't remember. Elsa knows more than she wants to tell me.
Okay then, so now we move on to chapter 2, another relatively easy chapter. Towards the end of the chapter, you will be in what is called a vision in the game, and that is the only place that you can die. Still easy enough, but of course I'll explain more when we actually get to it. And we're also coming up to another missable achievement here. Again, very easy enough, but if you want to rush through the game, it can be missed. So talk to the big fat Scotsman butler, I forget his name.
I appreciate you.
And now at the breakfast table, all you've got to do is eat all 3 things that are available just by clicking the A button on each available item. And as soon as you leave the breakfast table, that will get you the achievement.
I shot the deer myself.
So that is missable achievement number 2 out of 3. And the third one will be in chapter 3.
Mother was never a fan of dishes made from entrails. In this case, she'd be missing out. That was delicious. Thank you.
I'm sure our local specialities must seem peculiar to one raised as you were.
I was raised in India.
Yes?
Again, you can just smash through the dialogue options here. It makes no difference as to what you say, and he goes through them all anyway.
She's afraid of everything.
You don't think much?
I do not, sir.
You suspect them?
Not my...
Yet You've worked... You sir... how much... Well...
In...
Smoking a pipe. Lady Margaret.
Now start to talk to Lady Margaret. Now this is where Scottish, English, Indian dye will become a little bit suspicious and smell something a little fishy in the old Lady Margaret's whole house and persona.
The maid. She's...
Here. Just...
I know.
The...
What? But how?
I'd rather not...
I shall take my...
Yes. Oh, and David, the master of the house needs to respect the privacy of those under his roof. Even your father understood that.
A cabinet. I'm sorry.
I see.
Now, of course, there are little hints through the game. With the A button prompt here, because it's not flashing, you know just to hold a finger on the A button. But of course, if it was flashing, you would know that you would have to mash it. So it's little things that just help you out as well.
Yes.
I could give it to her, and she'd still never tell me anything. I shall take...
Yes.
Now, if there's one thing that this chapter will be annoying for you guys, is the fact that you have to go in quite a number of rooms, which wouldn't normally seem so bad, but the loading screens absolutely take the piss. So you'll be going through quite a lot of rooms in this chapter, and also waiting around quite a lot as well. So now here you will meet the maid, Miss Crannan. Now with the dialogue options, again, you can either just quickly smash through them or just to get straight to the point, just tell her that you think she lost the earring or the piece of jewellery or whatever it was, and that gets sort of straight to the point.
Oh, sir! Oh, thank you, sir.
What are you going to do now?
If I can sneak...
From what I know about her...
Isn't that...
Ugh,
Did you ever talk? Go. She's... What happened? Would you like...
Wouldn't be...
Well,
Very...
happy to help. I'll let you know. I shall... Shall we? Let's see what we can find down here. Raw spirit. Step right up.
Sir? What are you... Oh my! Oh, that's amazing! Does that not hurt?
No, a little trick I learned in India.
See? Did you scare yourself too? I actually jumped at this bit. Not because I'm scared, but because I didn't expect it. And also introducing the most annoying dipshit of a character in the entire game, Fat and Ginger, Cousin Eddie. And you will want to punch him in the face, and you do not feel sorry for him. Do not feel sorry for this kid. He's a jerk.
So this is
Welcome to my castle.
As terrible as...
pleased to...
Dead.
Lovely. You've lived here...
Only...
locked...
So what do you do?
There's a... I would...
Oh,
Excuse me, sir.
leaving so soon. They all...
You said something.
I did. Oh. Oh.
Well...
I'll never you mind.
I'm getting very...
There's something you should know, sir.
You're paid to work, not chat.
Sorry, Mr. McKinnon. Library after dinner.
You know, sometimes throughout the game, the camera seems to have a mind of its own. Like, my character is there, and as I start moving, I try to sort of focus it back on Scottish, English, Indian dye, but yeah. Again, just be wary. Pick up the photo there, but be wary of the camera. It can sort of have a mind of its own now and again.
What's this? Looks like it's drawn in blood.
Again, with a button prompt, you will know to mash the A button here and watch out for the cheap and not very scary jump scare.
Regardless of what I told Miss Cranon.
Yes.
Something tells me she...
Ah, that was taken in it.
You can remember the...
It's a funny thing when you reach my age.
But not what you...
Maybe other...
who may I...
That would be your Aunt Cla...
I noticed my
falling from a...
Can't recall. I shall take my...
Yes.
All you gotta do on this bit is just head straight for the outside the door with the light shining through there. Apparently I didn't know what the hell I was doing, mind. As soon as I stop messing about, yep, head straight for the door and wait for another big old loading screen.
Finally, some fresh air.
Master Day.
You could...
Your footsteps.
Well, that's...
Aye, that it is, lad.
Okay, we're sort of coming to the end of the chapter now. Now, the aim of this bit is to cut down these trees to get another piece for the castle model built castle we've seen in the first chapter, and to get into the church. And to do that, you will need to get the bolt cutters from Rory, who is just outside the greenhouse. So if you just head back and grab them, you'll be able to get through this next part.
Locked with a padlock. Andrew. Rory's tools. A hammer, a tenon saw, a bolt cutter. All a bit rusty.
So for these next two dialogue bits with Rory, just straight away ask for the bolt cutters, and when he asks why, just say the graves, or to tidy up the graves.
Maybe.
The graves. I would like to touch.
Is that a fact?
They are my family.
Okay then, so once you grab the bolt cutters, run back to the next part to get the vines off the grave, to get the next part of the model built castle wall, and then you can head into the church, the only building in the picture.
Better. Cecilia Shaw Nee Gordon. Aunt Cecilia. Another piece of the... Another part of the model. And it's stained with what seems to be old blood. Why did Father bury this when he was a child? Being the chronicle of the family Gordon, has laid down...
Local legend speaks of this particular glen as being inhabited from time immemorial, enigmatic, elaborately As for... The Celtic peoples arrived in this place, using their superior... With them they brought two... It is said. 'Tis well recorded how the Empire of Rome... What is self? This aid... For the centuries, even in time.
Some pages have been ripped out.
In blood we are bound to the land, to the true. I shall lest my clan, I shall forfeit my to hold the dark. In blood we are till the day.
Okay, so now then, we're on to the final stretch, and this is where you will enter the vision, in which is the only part that you can die throughout the game, and I will show you how right now. So of course, after reading all them scrolls then, head backwards and you will have to touch something sort of floating in the sky, that sort of bubble thing there. As long as you can get Scottish, English, Indian die to actually stand still for a bloody second. Okay, so now this is weird. He's underwater all of a sudden. Now just head to the left and... Yep, there it is. Just to the left, and there will be something else to touch just by the door there. It actually gets pretty annoying when you go to press the A button and then he just sort of moves away. Yeah, cheers, mate.
All this looks like the bottom.
And then touch the sort of fish thing there. Again, absolutely pissing annoying when you're trying to touch something and he just moves away. Probably the main sort of bad characteristic about this game is the way the character handles and controls. Now then, small cutscene, and this is the point where you start to die. So, his visions, you will see sort of how people get killed and sort of like a detective thing. And there will just be a sort of shine on the body, as you will see there. And just press A to interact with it. If you do miss it, the action keeps replaying, and if you spend too long by the sort of vision, this screen will actually start fading to black. And if the screen starts fading to black, completely black, that sort of ghostly character will kill you. So again, shine, A button prompt, click A, and that will put you on to the next part. But so just be aware, if the screen starts getting too black, just head back out of it and the screen will go back to normal again, and just keep trying. Now the scene will sort of replay and keep replaying and keep replaying, so there's never a missed opportunity. Obviously just be aware, if the screen goes too black, then obviously just head out and you'll eventually get it. It is easy enough though. So here's another chance for the headache minigame to get, and of course you will be on 2 out of 3 if you manage to get this one, which you easily should. And then of course you'll be able to just skip through a lot of the dialogue, and there will be a surprise death just coming up. But that will be the end of chapter 2, so now we can move on to chapter 3.
She drowned.
Calm down, you are in shock. What were you doing clambering about in here?
If I told you, you'd think me mad.
Odd. That is just what your father said.
What?
My name is Dr. Leah Farber.
Dear son.
Let's get you back to...
What did you...
I'm not sure your father's story is finished yet.
What's this?
As I said, your father was a...
Why?
I did.
What?
Told you? Your father was a madman.
Well, what right did...
I was his doctor. I understand you weren't...
He's dead.
Now, hold...
Oh, Jesus! Oh, no!
No! Dun dun dun! It's the waitress, it's Mrs. McKinnon, or Miss McKinnon. She's dead, and I thought our pal Di was pretty in there, but there we go. So she's dead, nice broken neck graphic there for anyone who's a bit squeamish. And now we move on to more creepier things in the game.
Eddie, it'll be all right. Pull yourself together.
I suggest nobody else goes down there. We should keep the room intact until the police can get here.
I shall alert them first thing.
An accident? You think so? Just after the mad...
And yet you were the one standing over...
How dare you? I was too late. I was trying to...
There, my sweet.
Of course.
I think we will all...
I know you may have no reason to, but I need you to trust me.
Lady Margaret certainly... But if I told you what I saw in the chapel... Why did you...
With all... Your father was heavily drugged when he was brought to me.
I shall take my leave.
Now, wait a minute. I found you in the chapel babbling about a drug.
So, what was my father like?
I didn't just lock it. He was convinced.
Maybe if I threw you a bone, you... Father was obsessed with the history.
Did your father act?
Who knows? He used to babble about it.
Was that why he moved?
I believe.
And yet, here...
Who knows? Maybe...
And what do you...
He was things like a drought. If you really want to help me?
You think whatever she wanted to
Maybe. Whatever I saw in the chapel, it has to be...
So welcome to chapter 3. Now this is where this story really starts to unravel and unfold, and you really start to have an understanding about what's going on. So just for the first bit then, you'll just be helping Blondie McBlonde here just go down the elevator shaft and see what the hell happened down there. Sort of detective style for the first half of this chapter.
If it involves this filth...
True, no. You said... I can't fit in. I'm not crazy like my...
I... Lovely. Pull me back up! I need something to open the doors for...
Rory's not one for clean. This should do.
Going down.
Good luck.
See you in a minute.
Dr. Is that... Leah! Oh, if anything's...
You needn't worry about me. I've been to stranger places than this castle. Follow me.
Right then, so you will unlock another story-related achievement here, and as you enter the basement, you will find the maid, and then enter into another vision. Now, of course, just remember, if the screen starts fading to black, that means you're too close. You just have to walk away until the screen goes full again, so you won't die. And of course, remember not to rush. There's no need to rush. Just replay the scene. Keep watching the scene play out a couple of times, so you know exactly where the sort of bling comes on screen for you to walk up and press A onto it.
Considerable force.
Still, well beyond a mate.
So there's the bling. I should have really walked up to it straight away and pressed A, but I messed up there. And you just see how close the screen goes to fading to black.
Mr. Gordon?
So again, just be careful and remember to save often, because the checkpoints can be a little bit crappy in this game.
David, can you hear me? Mr. Gordon, are you with me?
We're all here, sir. All down in the dark.
What just happened? You look like you were in some kind of...
Perhaps the lack of sleep is the visions that you think me insane.
You need to learn to trust me.
So you say, but I remember...
Ugh, that...
You're not the one... French.
I do. It says for club.
I don't know.
We should ask someone who's been... How did you know it was there? The pendant, I mean.
If I told you... A hunch. Eddie gave this to her.
This isn't another ghost story, is it?
Look, you wouldn't understand.
What I do understand.
It's labelled Mallory. As in... Recognise that?
The necklace.
A young Eddie.
I regret your husband was... It was not... Please accept. Yours, Captain R.
Thank you. I touch the... Young Ed... I shall write...
The date.
If you'd just like to...
I need to speak with Eddie.
The young...
Fair enough. There's no doubt about it.
After all the pain in the ass, going through all the doors and waiting an eternity for the game to load up, now we will start to accuse Cousin Eddie of murdering Miss Crannan.
The police will be here soon.
Now look,
Which ends up putting him in quite the depressive spiral loop. And then the game starts to unravel a bit further. But again, just smash through the dialogue, you're not missing anything. Keep clicking 8 just to smash through it quickly.
I would...
My little doe. You're a worthless liar.
It's true. Elsa and I...
That's quite enough. Eddie, you are obviously...
as you said.
I think you have caused quite enough disrupt...
I don't think...
Have a care.
I would never...
Given the current mental state of Master Eddie, who should be a part of the heritage...
Thank you, Leah. Maybe it's a good...
Impudent brats!
What's going on?
Did you notice when Margaret...
When Eddie mentioned... What was...
Something about the garden, perhaps?
The attic?
I saw the maid coming down the stairs with a tray.
Interesting. What is it?
God! I'll get you back.
Stop monkeying around. Come with me.
I'll come inside in a bit. Don't go. Can I just have a few
It's not a request, Carol.
Don't worry. I'll be fine.
What's happening to me?
David? Is everything all right?
We should make haste.
Oh. How Look.
This can't be a fluke.
Well, looks like one of the stones is...
A heavy enough stone to... I've never seen a rose like this before.
I have.
So, you see?
You're right. But...
Cousin Eddie... That's an
Aye,
my aunt.
I grew 'em for her.
Forgive me.
Why?
Rory, what happened?
I'm not in
There are some strange markings carved in
runes, aye. I'm
Superstition.
I'd watch that.
May I have some of the...
What?
No, I didn't.
He did.
I'll speak to you later.
Aye. Sorry, lassie, but...
Just hold...
No, it's...
Aye. I know, it doesn't look...
Are these...
Aye, Cecilia's roses.
They're beautiful.
I like to think so.
But they seem to be the only thing that grows here. Can you tell me about...
She was a...
Grandfather?
You can...
You said she wasn't in her grave.
Aye, that...
Did she drown?
She did.
That is
She made it.
And now we're coming up to another vision. I had actually screwed up, didn't save and died here, and had to restart about 8 to 10 minutes just as we got outside and had to go down and sort the boat out and things again. Just be careful, screen face to black, walk back away, wait until you see the bling on screen, etc, etc. You should know what to do by now. And again, just keep saving before the encounter. Just keep saving every couple of minutes just so you don't accidentally end up screwing yourself over. Even though there are checkpoints in the game, they can go back quite a while. So if you die, you might accidentally end up 15-20 minutes previous in the game. And once this is done, another story-related achievement unlocks.
They lied to me.
Who did?
All of them.
After you delve into madness and try strangling everyone and everything, that mini headache game will appear again. Now if you've done the previous two and you do this one, this is where you will unlock the achievement, but you will get another 2 chances later on in the game anyway, so don't worry if you've missed 1 or 2 yet. You still got a couple of chances left.
What just happened?
I could ask you the same thing. You started to talk to yourself. And then...
I saw an old lady.
Sounds like...
Was Cecilia not able to have children? Did that anger Grandfather Edward?
Maybe you can see well enough.
I think so, yes.
Aye, well, Edward blamed Cecilia. You'll be fine, laddie. You just...
The secateurs should be... Here they... The crack is right there.
David.
I'm fine, thank you. I feel like the...
I can help you. Stubborn.
I think that Edward may be responsible for the death of my Aunt Cecilia. Not...
Old families usually have a...
Yes. Whatever secret this family is hiding...
What is it, David?
I have to see.
David, wait! You have to start confiding in me, David. What?
I think...
Perhaps you visited here as a child.
You see? If I'm only remembering things, how would I have known where to find a...
I don't think you killed anyone.
So?
So, we...
Go on.
You saw the maid... Lady Margaret knows...
Godspeed.
No, I know. But Eddie might be an easier...
Yes.
I believe she's...
Well, that's clear enough.
Well, hello, my dear Elsa. Oh, Sir Edward, you look very handsome today.
Eddie?
Why, thank you. You're as beautiful as ever, my little doll. Oh, mwah, mwah.
And this is where you unlock the last missable achievement in the game. Now, you see Eddie playing with toys. You simply can't... You just can't look at him. You've got to actually interact with the toy box in front of him. It's easy enough, but that will be the one that will get you the 3rd out of 3 missable achievements. And the rest now are just for story-related progress.
Eddie, can you hear?
What do you see here, Eddie?
Quite safe, the little rabbit said to his brothers and sisters. The fox is fast asleep, so the rabbits tiptoed past, and the fox was sly. He wasn't asleep at all. He opened his yellow eyes.
I've warned you before to mind your place. This will be the last time you defy me.
Damn, son, that's messed up. But then again, it does put Cousin Eddie in quite a bit of psychosis, so something to laugh at, I suppose. But not in real life. I don't condone anybody to laugh at people with psychosis in real life.
A secret passage.
What do you think you're doing?
That won't be long. Just a little further. Damn it!
That's it. Open wide. Good, good.
I don't want any.
That's all right, dear.
Dun dun dun! She's alive. The older lady who is just casually chained to a bed and made to remember what she's been going through for the last 30 years.
Selfish man.
Yeah, it's not great. It's pretty messed up.
I do not enjoy this, as you well know, but you brought it on yourself. Your son was a good man. You should not have defied him.
Rosemary. Oh my God. She's barely skin and bones. How is she still alive?
I found the hidden switch. It was in the bookcase.
You scared me half to death.
Well, you will insist on wandering off without telling me where you're going, and I just managed to avoid Lady Margaret when... Jesus God!
I saw this.
In a vision.
Edward beat her with it.
Oh my God. And he hung it there to
You're sure?
Do it!
Thank you.
Rosemary, I'm David.
So then, after taking down all the things that have made her remember how crap her last 30 years have been, this is just like another easy sort of mini game. Again, just like the headache one, just keep the cursor inside the circle until the white bar goes all the way around. And then she'll start to talk.
Cecilia, I tried.
What was he doing, Rosemary? Rose!
I don't think you'll get anything more out of her. Poor... Come on, Lady Rosemary.
No!
We can get you some...
I'm safe here, in this room. Safe from the black...
The Black Mirror. Margaret. I think we need to... Margaret!
Lady Margaret!
Never mind that.
You're wanted!
What in God's name?
You spoke to young Eddie, did you not? Now he's convinced everyone is...
Where is he?
He's taken him to the old...
I'll go.
You will not! You...
We? How dare you, when you continue to worship Ed...
I will not
To what? To
He never You come here.
No, you. You are the one in the wrong here.
You know nothing. What I...
Please, my lady, we can discuss this later. Miss...
Take us to him.
This way. Have a care in the old wing. Over there, sir.
Eddie?
No! No! They're after me! All of them! Trying to kill me! No! Please help!
Eddie, look at me, Eddie, just at me. It's going to be all right.
Stay back here. I'll try to reason with him.
You will not. This is what I do.
So, Big Eddie's lost it. He's gone mental, which I suppose if you've been accused of murder, will do that to a man. So obviously you can't go left, so what you'll have to do then is go down just a couple of times, right off the stone edge there, see the rope there, and then eventually you'll be able to go left and up, and that is where you will find Eddie and hit him from behind. Non-sexually, of course.
But I didn't! I didn't!
I believe you, Eddie. I believe you.
Stop wriggling about. He's stay still.
Let him go, Eddie. Everything is all right. Slowly, Mr. Harrison.
Come here!
Bloody fool.
Right, so nip to the left, grab the crossbow, and then just behind you on the desk will be like a piece of bone or something, and that's what you will use to shoot at Eddie to distract him, and that will be the last bit of playing action for this chapter anyway. The rest now is just cutscenes, and that will be the end of chapter 3.
Seems intact.
And now we move on to chapter 4.
Let's hope this doesn't snap.
Leave me alone! I told you! Leave me alone!
Eddie, stop!
Get them off me! Get them off!
You okay?
No! Hold still, you bastard!
Andrew! Andrew, no!
David? David?
What? What happened?
Relax. Everything's fine.
Fine? Are you out of your mind? Oh, please, contain yourself, Andrew.
I most certainly will not. And I'm not spending another moment in this madhouse. I will fetch the police from the village immediately.
I don't think...
Are you threatened?
Perish the thought, sir. I'm merely...
And besides, we may...
The insane brat can jump!
Leave, then! And before you even think of telling anyone what happened...
I wonder why Andrew wants to dart off so suddenly. Well, keep playing and watching and you'll be able to find out on the next chapter on Black Mirror.
The mirror. I think it's some kind of...
And they lost
I believe that...
I need to check up on... So, I'll be careful then.
My father...
Are you talking about...
If that's what you want to call it. Edward knew of the mirror.
So we know...
It's underground.
And how not to...
This.
So we should...
Indeed.
Okay then, so this is now the beginning of chapter 4 out of 5, so we are sort of nearing the end of the game, and straight away what you'll have to do is play around with the master key like we did in chapter 2, I believe, to open this main desk here. Again, it's easy enough, just follow what I do and you'll get it with no problems.
Still not complete, it seems. To my dear father Edward, you stopped me Cecilia Gordon.
What does it say?
The ramblings of a lunatic.
Any mention of...
No such luck.
He was born in...
Yes, but it...
It does.
Of course. This looks... Pieces of some kind of... Eddie already took everything. This place.
Oh, nightmare.
Son of a... An army book. It belonged to...
There's a page mark.
It detailed...
Does that mean that...
Delivered Cecilia's baby.
Horrifying.
That foul
You think the way to the mirror might...
Perhaps. I should be... Cheers. Eddie didn't want to do his delicate work in the... Stand back! So this is where Eddie dumped the bits he didn't need.
Look. Who knows how far down these chasms go?
Or how vast the caves below are.
I think we should get moving. Unless you still...
Mr. McKinnon.
Master David.
If you don't mind me saying.
After seeing what happened...
Yes.
No, sir.
How is Eddie?
The young master is in bed.
I'd like to speak to him.
Lady Margaret is sitting...
I hope you managed...
Thank you, sir. As do I.
Thank you for letting me... Hello, Rory.
I don't rightly...
I see.
I ken now.
From what I've seen of... Edward's diary mentioned...
I ken it.
What happened?
The folks there...
But Edward did.
Aye.
How did the village die?
Aye.
Can you take us to the village?
No, son, I canna.
Yeah, so there's really not a lot to say here. You're sort of just wandering back and forth each room with a minute. That's why I haven't spoken much in a while. So the story, like I said, starts to unfold now, but like I said, there's nothing really of note going on, apart from now the old woman is on the floor, losing her marbles still, and you'll just have to do that quick sort of mini game with her again to get her to talk. But that's about it for now. Just keep on watching and following.
Just a second. Try now.
There! That's where the village is. This ought to be enough for Rory's help.
We'll need a boat to get across the loch.
There's one at the lakeside. We know the way.
Well done, laddie. You both go on ahead.
What? No, we can find it.
I ken the weather, lassie.
I get the feeling
You say that right.
Hooray, we finally get to do something a little bit different. So, you'll want to go to that sort of island, what they've been speaking about through basically the entirety of the game. You'll try to push the boat, but realise that for some reason, even though it's on a muddy downhill, you're such a weakling that Scottish English Indian die cannot put into the water, so you're going to need Andrew's Jeep, which, oh, funny enough, you will be able to get because he's just left on foot for some reason. So lucky how all these little things pan out in games, isn't it? So yeah, try it. I tried it twice for some reason, just in case, but you'll find Andrew's Jeep. If you go back the way you came and then go to the right of the screen, that is where you'll find Andrew's Jeep. And then just click A to get in, and it will automatically do it for you. Not sure why I said Jeep when it's clearly just an old-timey car. This was, of course, set in the 1980s, so yeah, my bad with that one.
The keys are here.
Margaret won't be happy.
All the more reason to...
You don't.
There's easier ways to get around.
My god, who could have that been? Well, if you want any clues, one's a geek and one's a fat butler.
It's so quiet.
Sorry to spoil it for you.
You mean you can't hear?
But you were going to find out eventually anyway.
As will be the fate of anyone who dares oppose this family.
Hear what?
The voices. Screams.
I'm not sure.
We need to keep moving.
How will we know if we...
Okay, so Rory is completely out of action at the minute. Too many voices going on in his head. Now, this next part I struggled with, but only actually controlling David for some reason. Gameplay was still straightforward enough. And it was easy enough to do, but for some reason just controlling the character I did have a couple of issues with. But again, you'll just get used to it. So, and you know, it's not too hard, so you shouldn't have any issues really as long as you keep following the video. And again, just blast through Rory's dialogue here. Nothing matters, as has been the case with most of the dialogue in this game.
I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, so for this next bit, I will try and sort of go sort of as slowly as I can. I'll sort of wait here for a second just for you to get your bearings. But again, if you've got any issues, of course, just pause the game or slow the video down.
Whatever this symbolizes.
Now, it might look confusing, but basically all you're doing is just keeping going on left, that's all. So you get left until you sort of hit this next sort of dead end with the plank right here.
We need to break.
You can't see that. I tried to protect you.
Rory?
Let him go.
This handwriting.
Andrew!
This is his... The fool. He's trying to release Ed.
Do you think there's also a...
Perhaps. The... Andrew keeps referring... Edward's birth was during...
And Andrew thinks he might...
Exactly. Which... There must be an entrance beneath the house that... Listen to this. Edward may have...
Oh, the soil here has been disturbed.
They're the missing pages from the Chronicles.
So after reading all the notes for what seems like an eternity, you will be on this sort of burnt page pieces, putting them together sort of mini-game. Now I started doing it vertically first, as if you're in a normal A4 letter, but it's actually a horizontal piece. So either, again, just follow the video to know what it is, or you just look for the edges and start putting them into place horizontally. It's still, again, easy enough though. Okay then, so once that is done, what you will be doing now is entering into a series of visions. And we're basically just going to be retracing what actually happened to David's father and who was after him. And again, you should already be used to it at this point, but just remember not to go too close to the vision. Once the screen starts going black, just walk away. And of course, look for the sort of flash or whatever it is on screen. And I just missed it there. I do miss it a couple of times, actually. But again, at this point, you should know what you're doing with these visions. Just be careful. And again, make sure to save often.
Another... Andrew seems to have tried to stop my father from enacting...
Did your father complete it?
You cannot hide! Not from me!
Not him, not the boy!
It was yours.
Yes, when I was a boy. I can't believe... There's a shortcut over here.
Lead the way.
This next vision might be a little bit tricky, but the trick I used, I just sort of walked straight by him, kept pressing A, and it was just sort of a click and hope situation, which it worked the second time. I find doing that rather than trying to pinpoint exactly where it is helps you more in this situation. So yeah, just walk around and you will get it eventually.
Stop that!
Be safe, my son.
What the hell just happened? I heard voices, but...
My father came here to free...
The Black Mirror.
Andrew was trying to use its power to return...
The fool. He just... So did your father complete this guardian?
I don't know for sure, but...
Is there any way of...
I can only hope there is. We need to get Rory and get back to the castle before Andrew finds the entrance.
And we need to warn the other...
And dun dun dun, it was Fat Butler Man, Mr. Fat Butler, whatever his name is. Anyway, a couple of QTEs here. Keep mashing it to get the knife away from you. Press X and just keep following the on-screen buttons to beat him, and then Rory will eventually stab him, killing him, which is nice as well.
Just like your father! Once.
Rory! Rory! Are you hurt?
Let me have a look.
Dinner fish.
What did Angus mean about...
Just the ramp.
No more excuses.
Aye, you're right. It was...
They covered it up. That's why you...
I'm a selfish old man.
And Edward?
That kind.
The voices you were hearing...
Her.
Andrew.
What?
He's what, Rory?
Cecilia's bairn. I made him give him away.
You gave Cecilia...
Oh.
We need to get back.
Give us a hand up, would you?
Can we give you a hand?
From what you told me.
Why?
For to help you. To contact you.
What's he doing?
It's the same symbol I saw my
Shh. Give me your hand.
Ouch!
Don't be a wee un.
Father.
There, laddie. The link with your
Thank you.
Don't thank me. You're not to go down there until your bond is completed.
I've been thinking about the mirror. About...
Thank you for your words, lass. There's still things. That's all for me, no.
Nonsense. We will get you help. I can...
All I see. I'll be with my wife and parents soon. She always told me for a gardener I was never very good at growing a beard. She were always right, my girl.
No! Rory is dead. So well done, McFat Butler Man. Well, at least his death wasn't in vain. You do get another achievement for it. So all's well that ends well, right?
Blood.
We need to be careful.
It's not her. Here.
I will be fine.
Andrew.
He has taken Eddie.
It's this house. The curse.
The Black Mirror.
Poppycock. Our blood is not cut.
On that and...
I will not hear another word.
We don't have time for this. Look in the desk in the old
She might know more. We need...
Oh, of course.
And that is the end of chapter 4. So we have one chapter left. It's a bit shorter than chapter 4. So we are definitely coming up to the end. And welcome to the conclusion of Black Mirror, Chapter 5. This is where things get intensely freaky and you will know who is behind all of the deaths and behind all of the crap that has been happening throughout the game. It's not a bad story. It's not a bad ending, actually, to be fair.
What do you think it means?
I don't know. How do you feel about...
David?
My Edward wouldn't. He c...
Do you know how Andrew...
No, I don't know.
I know this is difficult to hear. Andrew is the outcast.
No!
Would you like to sit down?
No.
Listen to me, Lady Margaret. This is important.
I didn't know your father...
This is not the time for...
I'm sorry.
We need to get...
Young Eddie doesn't deserve...
We'll try.
Is there anything you know?
I don't know.
And now we are about to witness a fight better than anything that Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Anthony Joshua, anyone has ever witnessed. Bam! She's back! Wait. Ready for it? This is an intense fight.
Yeah! I did what had to be done. For our family. What else could I have done?
Okay, so it weren't brilliant, but you know, you got an achievement out of it with 2 old ladies' deaths on your hands. It's still worth it, right?
The final part. Let's see if my trust...
Stop your whining!
You are seeing something again, aren't you?
Yes.
Give it back! Yeah.
He's in the grip of the mirror. So that's why he buried it. A hidden switch.
And if you haven't got it already, this is the last chance that you will be able to get the achievement for the headache minigame. coming up right here. You should have probably already unlocked it, no problem, but this will be your last chance if you haven't got it already. Remember, you need 3 out of the entire game to get it.
Margaret covered up the fact that Edward didn't die by accident.
Murdered?
My father.
Your father?
I am sure. And yes, he was. Lady Margaret said all this time, trying to prove my father was...
He was only a child.
It did. I saw the darkness take off. I shouldn't follow Andrew down there. I could end up...
Nonsense. You're the only one. And remember,
He sacrificed himself.
Now that you know the things that happened...
And this little boy right here, it may come as a bit of surprise to you if you haven't been following the story, but you might have already figured it out if you have been following the story. But of course, this playthrough I have not been following the story, and I'm assuming if you're watching you haven't too, so I'll just leave the surprise till a bit later on.
Let us stop this madness once and for all. Margaret covered it up. She even lied.
Right then, so after messing around with the key and getting it to the correct point there, what you'll have to do then is put the master key in.
Perfect.
And then with the top of the globe, you'll have to rotate it to the right 19 times, and then the lower side of the globe you'll have to rotate to the right 9 times.
That's it. Look. A stone plate full of ancient symbols. A stone plate full of ancient symbols. See you on the other side. Andrew's mine.
I still
There's some...
A door.
Well, that's what we need to...
Mainly you. You did it!
I just hope we are not too late.
After you.
David, stop! Don't move!
What? What's wrong?
Can't you see? Right by your feet. An abyss.
An abyss? What are you talking about?
I'll guide you across. Just listen to my voice. One step back, then to your left. Please be careful. Watch out!
Thank God this...
I'll guide you across. One step back. Stop. Turn to your right and move forward. Stop. Stop. Turn to your left, then...
That was too close. Leah? Careful. Thank God. I really hope this is you, Father. Rory was right. Just as well I couldn't see it. What the? That's one. Leah! Your cheap tricks will not stop me. What the? Your cheap tricks will not stop me. You want me to use this, Father? The same symbols as in the village. I hope I'm not too late.
David!
Let the others go, Andrew.
You are so right,
David!
If you think you're cheap, get a grip, David.
David, why did you let me?
You. I should have killed you when I had the chance, boy.
You're not seeing the bigger picture, David. This family...
Massacring an entire... I want that as much as you, Andrew.
You were always a disappointment to me.
You are nothing! Less than nothing!
Andrew, don't!
I'll be needing your blood too, David.
We don't need Edward.
I don't care for your
What do you need me to...
Not much.
Give me the knife.
David, my dearest...
My father.
Pure golden blood flows through my vein.
Very well. Together then.
David, don't!
Shut your mouth, woman! Mine! Mine!
Rest in peace, Rory. If such a thing is possible.
What, you doubt it?
All that happened here? I am a scientist. I never thought there was an afterlife or anything after. And now, I know there's not only life after death, but there's evil there.
My father, Rory, they saved us. And I must believe they found their peace. It's up to us to find our own. And hope that it lasts.
O Caini chorom, nuedd ha mi father, smi fader father, sen gyd ha vir, nuedd na chwydyn gŵd, modd a fe gael o Caini chorom.